Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
I have homework for you.
Good. I enjoy assignments. Hope it involves glue.
I'm going to give you something, and you're going to consume this if you want. You don't have to. You can just throw it back in my face in the next episode if you want.
All right.
But you're going to consume this and report back later because this is a long time coming for me to give you this.
All right. Well,
Eric.
come on.
Here you go.
Oh, Shin Godzilla on Blu-ray. You've got it back from our buddy Kyle, and now you've given it to me. The prophecy from 6 years ago has been fulfilled.
Yes. You originally reminded me to get that Blu-ray back from Kyle during the Chrono Crawl series a couple of years ago, and I finally rememred to get it.
This is great. Do you have UHD, though? I'd like to watch it in UHD.
What does that mean?
4K.
Oh. No, I don't think I have that.
Oh, this is garbage.
No.
I don't know if I want this.
No. So please,
God Incarnate, A City Doomed.
Yeah, so please enjoy The God Incarnate, A City Doomed, directed by Hideaki Anno, the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's a pretty good movie.
120 minutes. Thank you, God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Chris. I treasure all this gift as I treasure all of your gifts. It will go inside my PlayStation as everything does.
You want to hear some hot sounds I've recorded?
Yes.
All right. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a conference and podcast discussing classic Japanese role-playing games, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 5. We're covering Xenosaga Episode 1. My name is Chris, and I'm joined here in the Retrograde Amnesia Studios live by Eric. Hi.
Taking Blu-rays. What's up?
Hey, well, love Blue and Ray.
No, that's real bad. Say something else. Taking Blu-rays. What's up?
I'm just going to delete the whole thing. It's
all right,
fine.
fuck it.
And always, we are joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are watching us record live at patreon.com/retroam. Thank you for joining us today, RealNet, and thank you for your support. Also, thank you to all the people that have been watching my Xenosaga streams on the YouTube. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can, too, watch me play Xenosaga and be bad at video games.
We're also joined by the FakeNet, our post-production AI companion, who also erased her own name in Like a Dragon Gaiden.
Initializing FakeNet.
More like you erased me from last week's episode. Total garbage.
What was her name before?
We don't know. She erased it.
Oh, she erased it?
Yeah, it's been erased. It's been erased from existence.
Good. That's a good thing, so.
Well, back into the sewers for me, I guess.
So, Eric, we left off on our way to go find that sad sack of shit who I also love, Alan
Ridgely.
Ridgely? I didn't know that. Yeah, I knew that.
You knew that.
Yeah, I knew that. Because his heart is broken, and we want to make sure that his literal heart is not broken by...
We want his soul to stay in his body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kukai Foundation. I go to Guinan's Beach. Ain't shit here, Chris.
Oh,
you get that fish detector for yourself?
I did. That was
detect some fish?
That was the first thing I did when I got here, is I went and detected some
got
goddamn
the fish out of that suit?
Yeah, because I think I needed that to get the one of the robot parts. So we're in good shape now.
Kukai Foundation, Sector 26 and 27. I go to the cleaners and unlock segment address number 3 and get a robot part right leg.
That's it right there. So you didn't go to the shops and upgrade your eggs? You didn't want to?
I'm not using eggs in this game, Chris.
The chat in my stream implored me to upgrade my eggs because I'm going to need them. I think they just...
They're lying to you.
I think they just noticed how bad I am at the game, and I might need to
Yeah, it does make you worse because they're bad. Actually, you know what? For the sake of this podcast, you should probably... One of us should use the eggs at least once, I think.
Well, I started to see the allure of eggs when I was tinkering with junk. One thing I don't like about them is that all the parts are just model numbers, and it makes it very confusing.
There is something to do. Like, I spend money on nothing in this game, and I've got like a lot of it now, and I think that was supposed to go toward egg purchases.
Yeah, and so when I started tinkering with them, I ended up a little bit later, I didn't do it right here, but a little bit later I ended up equipping Shion's eggs with double Gatling guns, and I thought that looked cool. And
it does look cool.
I was like, man, if there was just a little bit more customization on these things and a little bit more necessity in terms of battles that you would need them, then this could have been a really cool system. It could have even exceeded the gear system in Xenogears, which wasn't great, but it was there.
It is bad that the gear system is more fleshed out than this when the gear system needed some fucking work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the last thing I did before I went to Alan is I went and did episode 3 of Robot Academy. Do you want to save that for later?
No, we can go ahead and do it if you want.
Robot Academy, background wacky lab noises. Episode 3, Hyper Assistant Scott appears.
Hyper Assistant Scott.
Scott appears much earlier in the anime, but he appears now in our game.
I've never heard of Scott.
Give me the map, Scott!
Me neither. I was like, who the fuck? I thought somebody had, like, incepted Scott back into this game. Like, who's Scott? The professor introduces his assistant, which he tells Shion is a status symbol for a genius scientist.
Mm-hmm.
The time has come for me to make my mark. Thanks, Mark, in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I say I have another robot part, and Professor yells for Scott. Scott comes out and runs like a dumbass. He has blonde hair and green pants. Scott says I can call him whatever I like, but the Professor vibrates and tells Shion she must call Scott Assistant Scott. Calling Assistant Scott just Scott would be like calling me Prof or Pro. Since I'm neither a Prof nor a Pro, Assistant Scott is Assistant Scott.
This is a good dialogue.
It's okay. It's all right. Finally, we have to give the robot part over to Assistant Scott. Then shit happens, and it makes Dominion Tank in ether for Shion.
Oh, like Dominia.
Wow, I just got that. Nice.
We talked about it last time.
Dominion Tank, referencing Dominia, the element?
No, we talked about how the first one was Throny Blade, Thrones, which was like Talon was...
Talon,
yeah,
Throne.
But they're all orders of angels.
Okay, so they're not explicit Xenogears references, even though they're a giant robot combined to form just like the elements?
They are references that they are referencing things that Xenogears also referenced, I think is the way to say it.
But to air it more toward Xenogears, did the angels combine to form a giant robot?
Well, that's...
The fucking elements did, buddy.
Yeah.
Guess what we're making down here?
We're making a giant robot.
Giant fucking robot.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
See where I'm at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the giant robot called in Xenogears?
I remember I brought Predaking here in that episode, but
Did it have a name?
Oh, it had a name. Do you want to sit here until we think of it? It's possible. Let's try it.
45 minutes have passed.
Did it have...
Because like the Hai Chao and Dominions, they did combine into a giant robot, right? I am remembering that.
Yeah, yeah, they did. Yeah, for sure. Had to have a name because it was a boss, so it would have had to have some sort of name, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like elements combined or anything.
Another 30 minutes pass, 10 minutes of which was consumed by the boys arguing if Dr. Pepper contains pepper. We're going to pick it back up right when they solve it.
G-elements?
G-elements.
G-elements. I never would have gotten that.
No. So
it said it started with an E, though, which it doesn't, but it's close.
That's boring.
Yeah, it's fine.
Erd Kaiser. All right, go ahead.
Afterward, when it's playable, Scott stays at his station, which has a big boy S on the floor by it, so he knows where to stand. The professor then fucking prances around. Okay, that's it. Let's head into the Iron Man bar, unless you got anywhere else to go, Chris.
No, let's go to the Iron Man bar to find Alan doing the most pathetic thing Alan could be doing.
He is in the best... No. The best thing that Alan could be doing. He's exactly where he needs to be right now, which is...
He's flexing in front of the Iron 3. If you remember, that was the cutout of the buff superheroes that the one guy in the bar was obsessed with.
Yes.
He's standing next to the buff man doing some flexing.
He's standing next to the guy who was obsessed with them.
Yes.
The guy next to him says that he isn't posing right, and the fundamental rule of Iron 3 is lots of muscle. It's not cool to have a scrawny body.
No, it's not.
Shion confronts Alan and asks what in the world he is doing here. Alan thought Shion was resting in her room. Then he tells her, "Oh yeah, take a look. What do you think of this pose? I look pretty cool, don't I? I really hit it off with this person. He's teaching me right now. What's the matter?" Shion replies, and this isn't voice. I think it's just dialogue boxes.
Yeah, it is.
"Oh, it's nothing. As long as you're all right, I'm going to go back to the Durandal. See ya." Having blown it again, Alan asks, "What, Chief? What's the matter? What are you so mad about?" Fade to black. What the fuck just happened? Shion was feeling bad about stuff and came down here and found her boy fucking wasted doing poses, and then she left.
She's being Shion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All she was doing was making sure Alan wasn't dead.
And she confirmed that he's just drunk.
He's finally found his... I was about to say his men's right activist, but that's not right.
In the anime, he is getting wasted with Scott.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Then we have a neck-breaking tonal shift.
Yeah, like usually with my notes, my top heading is the location of where we're at, and this is just question marks.
Yeah.
So
we'll figure out where we are later, but like this is the first time we've seen this location.
Where we are?
Yeah.
Music, anxiety plays, and we're in a mysterious, dark, candlelit throne room. A voice that I thought was Margulis, but as identified in the script as Hooded Man, which I think is Red Testament, but that's definitely Margulis because the script is wrong, tells Albedo,
"The vermin have eluded the trap. Prepare yourself."
Albedo, sitting in near darkness and petting the lifeless body of a 100 series, which has a knife stabbed in its legs.
Oh, I didn't even notice that the first time.
Anyway, Albedo cackles and responds,
"So we'll finally hear it."
Albedo tosses the body and stands up. He laughs maniacally and says,
"This song
I can't wait for that wonderful song.
We fade out to the Elsa in space along with a heartbeat.
Well,
so
there
is
was-
this the first time he's heard that song since he was a little boy in the junior flashback?
I think so. But as we're fading out to the Elsa, we actually see the structure that Albedo is inside.
No, we do. What is it?
It's what we're going to find out later is the Song of Nephilim.
Yeah.
It is a
That thing ejected from
reverse pyramid thing.
Yeah, reverse pyramid thing's good.
Yeah, that it is hanging in the distance and the sun's just behind it.
Why's
It's
my
like-
guy got a 100 series?
Well, he had one earlier.
Is that one?
Possibly.
Did he play with his toys too hard, or what's going on here?
I think playing with his toys too hard is the correct read here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because that's fucked up.
I think we're supposed to be getting a slow drip of fucked upness from Albedo
More different ways.
throughout the course of this game, and it's slowly
It's going to boil over soon.
inching towards the boiling point. Yeah, the tipping point. I think it's there to make us feel uneasy, and I think it's pretty effective. And fucked.
Elsa cutscene. Chaos is at a computer on the Elsa bridge. Music, Song of Nephilim plays diegetically, and Chaos stops to take notice.
Yeah.
He stares at the sky.
Is this the first time that we have seen anybody other than URTV people hearing this song?
And reacting to it, I believe.
Yeah.
But Chaos would surely know what it is because he knows what everything is.
Of course.
Right. We cut to Junior, now seated on the sex-soaked pool table in Guinan's office.
Yeah, it is very sex-soaked.
They hear it too, and they can't believe this shit. It's the Song of Nephilim. Back on the Elsa, Chaos stands and screams, "No!"
No! That song, they mustn't allow it to play.
This startles Tony and Hammer, neither of whom can apparently hear it. So now whenever I hear someone screaming something that I think they're talking to themselves in public, do you think they are hearing the Song of Nephilim?
They are hearing their own personal Song of Nephilim.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's where
for
I
sure.
hope you were going to go with that.
Did you notice the Song of Nephilim is also making the sparkling water jiggle?
Really? Like the Jurassic Park T-Rex?
Yes, there's like a whole bar.
So it's
of-
reverberating.
Yes,
And
it's sliding across the thing, so there's some sort of physical vibrations going on here too.
That would be crazy if it actually has a vibration to it that
Yeah.
is just that also drives unto madness.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense, right?
I think so.
I
That's
said-
how it could psychoactively affect people.
What are songs if not series of vibrations, right?
There has to be some movie with some kind of fiction where like someone has the correct vibration as an activation phrase for all humanity.
Oh yeah, there's got to be.
Yeah.
If there's not a movie, then there's an anime.
Yeah. That's like the Death Coaster, but for vibrations.
Yes.
Excuse me. Let's get a modern reference. It's like the lemonade that kills you at Panera, but for...
Yeah, there's been a lot of that going on lately.
We then cut to a shaking wine cart aboard the Damarung. Wilhelm sits at a holographic chessboard facing Red Testament.
Holy shit.
This song, Red Testament says.
So it begins.
Wilhelm finishes. And that's, yes, I'm clapping. Beautiful. I love men finishing each other's sentences.
Wilhelm has established himself as the ultimate scenario guy here by closing his eyes while playing chess with a masked man. Like, you cannot ascend further than that, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I'll see
Hold on.
something that'll knock me down even further, but...
I'm going to add to that because my next note is, Chris, is there a more scenario guy phrase than "so it begins"?
No, thank you. Yeah, that was, I should have also written that down, but I didn't.
We should never talk about Southland Tales again because it's a weird movie and I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, too.
But there's a guy in that movie who says "so it begins," and it's Kevin Smith.
Well, Kevin Smith, I don't know if Kevin Smith is a scenario guy, but he has a scenario.
He's been the most active NPC of all time, I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Music, Gnosis plays. We cut to a fleet of Federation ships and shit starts exploding. Like bombs start falling out of the sky.
Is this what is beginning?
Yeah, this is what begins.
Yes.
A 100 series starts talking about large-scale gate-outs. Fuck, man. The geodesic structure is not only being replaced, it's being forcibly replaced.
I think this is our second geodesic structure.
Junior and Guinan rush to the front of the bridge with the Kukai Foundation standing horizontal beside their profiles, which is very funny. Meanwhile, Nosis spawn out of the space ether and begin to surround the Kukai Foundation. Shion rides the elevator up to the bridge right as the 100 series announce that Nosis are closing in. It's only 4 minutes until contact with the Foundation.
Shit.
Shelley, who I am more and more convinced is the only one actually running anything around here, gives the order to start evacuating the Kukai Foundation citizens onto the Durandal. She even allows the possibility that they may have to abandon the Foundation.
Damn.
She asks Junior if that's acceptable, and he says he'll leave it to Shelley. So again, Shelley runs this motherfucker, Chris. Across the Kukai Foundation, Awuga sirens go off.
Yeah.
Shuttles at the launch pad dispatch. Back on the bridge, Shion wonders where Cosmos is, suggesting that if they activate the Hilbert effect, it could buy them some time.
Is the Hilbert effect going to stop the Nosis from being able to go through the walls of the Kukai Foundation?
I don't think so. I think we're nearing the end of life of Hilbert effect being a magic solution to problems. I think after Cosmos got on the ship and absorbed the Nosis into her tummy belly, I don't know that the Hilbert effect can do anything cooler than that, so I don't.
That's true.
It's not going to solve this one.
Although Shion does say this should keep them from materializing it from inside the colony, so it does do some sort of.
Yeah, let's look at the future. Did they get inside the colony, Chris?
Well, keep them from more coming. There is a finite amount.
Oh, I see. All right.
Unless you leave the room and come back, then they're
That's
there
right.
again.
Yeah, they'll come back. The exact same ones in the exact same places. Very strange. As if summoned, Cosmos then appears in the elevator asking if Shion called for her. Cosmos steps forwards and confirms she's game for that shit. The 100 series start reporting in Gnosis sightings from different precincts. Junior can't believe that shit, and Shion commands Cosmos to start Hilberting the effect up.
Do it.
Cosmos' visor drops and the waves of blue Hilbert energy start radiating into outer space. According to Shion, this will keep Nosis from materializing inside the colony. Chaos opts for direct action.
In any case, we have to hurry up and get everyone on board. If we don't do something, the Nosis are going to take over the entire metropolis.
Momo and Ziggy volunteer their services, which I appreciate despite the unlikelihood of their usage in my party. Also, you don't want to put Momo in fighting positions, man. You want to keep her locked up.
That's a problem that we're going to have to address a little bit later, too. Because we're being a little bit too blasé with our protection of Momo.
Yeah. It's
Here.
just she shouldn't be an active party. We're low on active party members, but I think it's fucked that she's a party member in this game, other than the Ziggy sequence. She should have been temporary, like Virgil.
So Alan should have been the other party member.
Yeah. Alan should have been a party member.
Yeah.
I think that would have done more, except for the fact that it would go against him being weak and pathetic.
Yeah. Maybe he would just be a weak and pathetic party member.
There you go.
Yeah.
What, Dan for the game?
His only move would be he would open an ether circuit to make junk fall on guys' heads like a tonberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his only move.
And 1 in 5 times he would get the exploding cigarette and it would blow up in his face or something.
Sure.
Shion flashes to Cosmos, wingsuit attached, hovering above a fucked planet that I assume is Miltia. Oh god, did that happen? Or is she retconning history? Did she Forrest Gump Cosmos back in there?
Shion is in the process of literally shaking off her concern that Cosmos is going to blow everything up.
Okay, so it's not Cosmos blew up Miltia back in the past. Shion's just merging memories and foreshadowing in potential futures and all that shit.
Yeah, is she saying, am I about to make that shit happen that we saw in
I
the
see.
Cephalon?
Yeah. Shion shakes it off. She walks over to Cosmos, does a shoulder touch, and tells her they're all counting on her. Cosmos replies,
I am happy to be of service.
Fade to black, and we have control of Shion aboard the Durandal's bridge.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk to some NPCs up in here?
As soon as that background computer starts humming.
Oh, background computers.
We're on the bridge.
The first 100 series that we were standing next to when we gained control on the right-hand side says the Federation ships and X forces are engaging the Nosis in the area. Everyone, please eliminate the enemy inside the Foundation.
Well, the bridge have some variant of the same thing. Damaged sectors, evacuations, people being left behind, Gnosis transferring in, all around the ship and the Foundation. You know how it's going to go down, Chris.
Yep, that's right.
Alan says he will help receive the residents here and begs Shion not to be reckless. If it gets dangerous, run, all right? Promise me. Shion says nothing.
She just not. She makes no promise.
Shelly just tells me to hurry, and I'm like, yes, I will listen to you, Queen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got until I went to the dock.
We're on the dock.
NPCs. Man in Red vows to take people to the Foundation. Thank you, Man in Red. Traumatized guy in orange saw people turn completely white right before his eyes. And there's a crumpled up dead guy by the benches. See that guy?
Yeah, he says nothing. He just says 3 dots.
He's dead.
Yeah.
A 100 series in the corner says people are not handling the realization that the Gnosis exists very well. I guess the fact that we can stay so calm at a time like this shows that we are different from humans after all.
Oh.
Wandering Kid says those bastards came in through the floors and the ceilings and he had nowhere to run. I head aboard the Elsa, Chris.
You do?
Yes, I do.
It's no time for this.
Chris, Matthews is like, what the fuck? Don't tell me you're going to cut out while the Gnosis are attacking. I tell him, yeah, I am, bro. I head to the clinic.
At the dock colony.
Oh, you could do this now.
The flower bloomed.
Really? At a time like this.
At a time like this.
At a time like this.
Do you want to keep going here?
Yeah, keep going.
Shion says the flower is cute and pretty, just like Luty. Luty replies with, yeah. And Shion can't believe this shit. Luty just spoke.
She did it.
Luty thanks Shion and gives her a present, a tech upgrade Z. We can talk to Luty again, and she just asks Shion to come play again. I go down to the basement of the other place, and I talk to Jank.
Jank man.
Yeah, he says the same thing. Then I just walk around the dog colony and just see what's going on.
Nothing new?
Nothing new. No.
Did you buy an eggs for Momo down there?
No. Once I had my fill, I go back to the Durandal for the Gnosis invasion. Base is Gnosis free as I approach the Kukai Foundation.
Yeah. It's weird how you can just leave.
Yeah.
Got past that Federation blockade.
Yep. Totally gone.
All that good stuff.
Durandal Park. Playable. Went to the park? You go to the park first?
No.
I did. The 100 series says Gnosis are clean to the walls of the Foundation. The guy in red says the word pandemonium must have been made to describe times like these.
Yeah.
My goodness, this feels like a dream. The guy in green wonders what the heck's going on since there are monsters all over the place. I then went to the residential area.
Anything new there? Any more gamering?
The cop tells me no loitering. It could hinder all the people evacuating from the Foundation. The man on the couch wonders why this is happening to us and what we ever did to deserve the Gnosis. Excellent question, Chris.
We did something, right?
Someone did something,
Yeah.
but did we do anything? Did the actions of one result in punishment for the whole, Chris?
They can. Whether or not that's deserved, I don't know.
The cop running around the residential room says this is no joking matter. She's running around now rather than stationary. She tells me to start evacuating people. I go to the game room to get my gamble on.
Yeah? Even though you don't have to go there to gamble.
The guy in green says, gamble until I run out of money. Gamble if I've got money. I just love the way I am. He goes on to say he's excited the Foundation people are coming here so he can make some money off of them. Talk to the cop.
Yeah?
I hear the Foundation people are in trouble. After all, I'm a police woman, so I should save people in trouble. But this is a really good spot, so I can't just leave.
No. You can't just leave.
You can't just
You
leave.
can just leave,
You're in a
but you
good
can't.
spot.
Yeah.
And you're a cop.
Yeah.
But the Federation soldier, now at the gambling table, he thinks things seem chaotic outside, but my shift ended a long time ago, but no matter what, one thing at a time. Finally, the 100 series here says things are under control here because she's guarding this place with her life, so thank God somebody's doing something, Chris.
Finally.
Okay, that's it. Let's go to the Foundation.
Let's go to the Foundation. Just get on that little hovercraft and hop on down there, right?
Yep, Foundation background whirring. There's a line of people for the shuttle. Half of them are crouched over. One person is grabbing their head and shaking violently. That would be me.
Why aren't they taking them anywhere? I got here pretty easily.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Shion may have some special travel arrangements
Yeah, maybe so.
for the rescuing party. Because, it's funny, we can just go back up to the Durandal, I think, whenever we want.
Yep.
On a ship with one person.
Yep. The cop in the front says, it is dangerous, so please stand in a uniform line. People in the back, don't push the people up front. Everyone will be evacuated. Please stay calm.
It's dangerous to go alone. Stay here.
Yes, do it. There's a shivering kid in the front that says, I won't eat snacks I haven't paid for anymore. I promise to help my mother. I'll do my homework, so please God help.
Did you ever start a bargaining phase when you were 7 when bad shit happened? You were like, oh my God, I'll never play with the pocket knife outside again.
I'll cut myself if Jesus loves me more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy in the front of the line says, the city is swarming with Gnosis. We better get out of here or we'll be in danger too. Thanks, guy. It's really not that good. A hunched over girl in purple says, my kid sister, Liza.
Liza P.
Liza, have we heard of Liza
I
before?
don't think so.
Was killed by the monster right in
right.
front of my eyes. Oh, how could this happen? That's dire.
It's pretty, yeah.
The other cop standing here says, it's times like these that you have to stay calm, cool, and collected. Please remain calm and follow the police officer's instructions. No.
Doesn't help.
No. Hunched over a person in brown says, we should be safe here. Please don't cry anymore. Child next to her says, I'm scared, mommy.
Do you think Life or Death should be playing here?
Something should be playing here,
something
right?
should be playing.
Yeah, or is it playing?
No, we got the whirring, man.
It starts to play at some point.
It does, and once we get to Sector 26
Okay.
and 27. Okay.
This is another instance in the game where some background music would help shift the tone of this because it does feel very dry.
Is that all you have for NPCs?
We got one more cop that's running around quickly, says the Gnosis are attacking. Quit dragging your feet and get in line for the evacuation launches.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, I just, the Gnosis invasion was a bit too much for me, so I needed to go calm myself at the dock colony. But now all this down here is driving me just bonkers. I need to relax, so
Yeah?
I went to the beach.
Oh, you just went straight to
I
the
just
beach.
went right to the beach.
Are you
yeah.
going to go detect some fish?
I did. That's what I did. I went and put my feet in the water with my shoes on, just walked around for a little, just like, calmed down a little bit, calmed my nerves.
Yeah.
At Guidance Private Beach that I have access to, and just sat and watched the sun, man.
There were like 3 to 4 children in the launch area that were screaming about how their death is impending, so I could see the need to go stare at the horizon for a little bit.
Totally. I just how am I going to be an effective combatant if my head's not straight?
When you got to detect fish, you got to detect fish.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, most people, their job contractually, you're allowed a break every now and then, and I think I'm on the clock and I deserve a break.
Yeah.
Kukai Foundation, City Sector 26 and 27, Life or Death plays.
Finally.
I see the mayor in white immediately. He asked me to help people who haven't escaped yet. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to have to go through the dungeon that we just observed to help people escape.
Yeah, we got all kinds of clues about like this shit on the roof and whatnot, ladders and all kinds of things.
The mayor also tells me he'll sell me anything I need, but do you know what I did?
You already had everything you need.
I did.
Yes.
So I sold him 41 cobalt blades for this moment.
I'm sure he needs them.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
He tells me there are 13 people who need to be rescued. You have any memories of this sequence, Chris?
Yeah.
Were they positive memories?
No.
No, they weren't.
No.
This is pretty bad.
I still don't
It's the worst part of the game.
I did not generate any new positive memories during this session. The friends we made along the way, perhaps, but that's about it.
Enemies.
Bugbear.
Seen them before.
Yeah, they're, sausage boys, vibrating sausage boys that heal.
Yeah, my note here is I love how there are 3 of them and they keep healing themselves over and over. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Who are you rocking with here, by the way? Do you remember?
Probably Cosmos and Chaos is usually my go-tos.
And Shion?
Yeah.
Oh, I have Shion Jr. and Cosmos.
Yeah, I don't use Junior. I don't use Ziggy. I don't use Momo.
I like Junior because of Stormwaltz, the hit all thing that I have in a fast slot.
Yeah.
It just helps clean things up.
His arrogance does not sit well with me. I prefer my anime boy to be men.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I saw you proofread that statement in your head there.
I think it proved out.
Your eyes did a complete 360.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, didn't spin around, but
This doesn't happen often, but I do love when I improvise some shit and it does sound really smart. I don't think that one really did.
No.
But sometimes you can get there.
That's the beauty of this podcast only being live for 13 people. And not all.
Just let some shit fly and see if Chris shoots it down. Not this time, motherfucker.
It'll happen. By the way, when I was streaming this section, somebody popped in and I was wearing a Tyler Childers shirt, and he said he went to college with some of his bandmates.
That's nice. Tyler Durden, huh?
No, not Tyler Durden. Tyler Childers. Thank you.
Kobolds, my notes. I love fighting 4 of them. I love how fast they are. I love how I keep missing.
It is much nicer, though, to have Cosmos here than whoever we had last time. I don't remember who we had with Shion and Junior. Oh, Chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, Chaos is good, but Cosmos packs a hell of a punch.
Do we have Z-Buster at this point?
We have X-Buster.
X-Buster. I think I upgraded that so it does a group attack.
X-Buster does a group attack by default.
Okay, I upgraded the wait time or whatever on it so I can just bust that out immediately.
Yeah, I didn't quite have the AP to do it, but I did end up using it a lot. I gave her the item that allows you to do a circle-circle combo.
Yeah.
And the X-Buster. Can we describe the X-Buster, by the way?
Yeah.
It is a CG...
Let's listen to it, too.
It is... Oh, cool. It is a CG cutscene. And some folks in the chat pointed out that you can actually press start to skip the cutscene.
Oh, God damn it.
The cutscene...
I've seen that so many times.
Yeah, of her... basically her using her womb cannon once again.
I think that's all the stored Nosis in there. Dabbling a little bit of it out every time.
Or did she already
Fight fire with fire.
process them into
computer lasers?
Into computer lasers, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Next enemy, Basilisk. I just wrote play the hits. I don't know.
Did you say Basilisk?
Basilisk?
It's pronounced Basilisk, Eric.
It's Basilisk today.
Yeah. Well, if you would have seen some anime or something, you would have known that. Or something. It's Basilisk.
You're going to the Iron Man.
Yeah, let's go in the Iron Man, I guess.
Place is on fire. The grandfather clock specifically is tumped over and burning, which upsets me as a clock lover.
Yeah, I like clocks too. We need them.
I still cannot access the chest in the back, which is very disappointing for me, the human.
Yeah, it's like, oh, when am I going to figure this shit out? And when am I going to have to come back in here and fight the kobolds again?
Speaking of figuring shit out, did you find the NPC you needed to save?
Yeah, he's flexing amongst the cardboard cutouts.
Dude, I love it. The Nosis are tricked by cardboard cutoutmen.
That's how powerful the Hillward effect is, my friend.
Yeah, the stored space in times where you can't see humans between pictures of Geordie LaForge.
Really, really good. Really good stuff.
Our treasure hotel. Guy on the floor says his treasure is in the safe.
His treasure can be stolen.
Or taken. willingly. The code is photo birthday. Then he dies.
Photo birthday.
Photo birthday.
Photo birthday.
So keep that in mind.
Birthday photo.
Yeah.
I fight a troll here. I got a swimsuit from a chest behind the counter. I head upstairs into the bedroom where everything's fucked up and on fire. I head into the other room on the right and climb the ladder. I examine a blue portrait of a mother, a father, and a baby. October 28th, in celebration of the birth of our little angel. October 28th, Chris. 10/28.
Photo birthday.
Photo birthday.
You solved it.
Other photos are pinned to the board, too. I guess this was the owner's room where the owner's treasure clue is. I go back downstairs and walk over the body and get to that safe and steal this man's treasure. What's in there, man?
Well, Eric, it's his child.
Damn it.
His daughter. It is his treasure that cannot be stolen. We are having another Alex and Hilda parable.
I want to know what the real treasure was because there's no way that kid was locked up there for like years.
Oh, it's probably just money, right?
Yeah, money or a magic marker. Anyway, she says the Nosis killed her dad and then she runs off. I like how we're letting the little girl run off in the Gnosis-infested Kukai Foundation with respawning enemies.
She's interacting with the protagonist. She's fine.
She's not.
No, she's not. She's dead.
Like, I want to say the mayor is like, yo, I know you got 13, but only 2 came back, man. Did you walk any of those back here, or what are you...
Yeah.
You know what? I bet that was part of the game, but they're like, there's too many battles. No more. I go back upstairs, and I throw that switch at the lifted Iron Man, then I head out on the roof. I slide down the roof. Definitely some weird jank to this, Chris.
Yeah, some jank that made me fall off.
Reaching a little alcove where I blow some shit away and find segment address 01. I decode that, and I get robot part head.
Oh, I love robot part head.
I love getting robot head.
Yeah.
I go to the roof again, holding left as I slide off again. This leads me to a path above a hallway, past the water tower, into a chest where I find Decoder 13. I then go back, and I fall into those fenced-off dumpsters. You know what I find in there?
A guy.
I found a dude.
Yeah.
I set him free.
He says something funny. I thought I was going to die in the trash, which isn't funny, but I think it's funny.
That's pretty funny.
I think it's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I might start saying that just to people.
Mm-hmm. Whenever somebody finds you and you're looking kind of haggard, I thought I was going to die in the trash.
I've been in a dumpster. You have been in a dumpster. These things are possible.
Yeah.
I head back to the Iron Man to get a chest from the elevator that I raised. You know what's inside of that?
No.
It's a wooden idol.
Oh, wooden idol. You can use that for something. I don't remember what.
I don't either. Fake net. What's a wooden idol?
Initializing fake net.
It prevents the bind status effect.
I do remember using it, but I don't remember what it did.
Behind some boxes in the back is a guy taking shelter. I think it's the bartender. He was checking to make sure no one got left behind. Yeah, right, dude. He was cowering in fear.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I've got until I went to Sector 27, the other side.
I had some struggles in the first section because I couldn't find the birthday photo.
Oh, dear.
Like I kept getting turned around.
Can you use the internet? Can you just put in 1028, or do you have to actually go physically find it in the game for it to work?
Some folks put it in the chat for me right as I found it, so I was unable to test that theory. So, I don't know.
Sector 27, Life or Death is still playing.
Initializing fake net.
What if, instead, we played Fuse or Steel Giant from Xenogears?
Flaming dumpsters block the stairs. Purple Dink Man is standing on top of the statue, which a basilisk is attacking.
Thank you, Eric.
Ho, 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 you saved me. I was about to get turned into a bronze statue, too. Ho, 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 Chris.
Ho, ho, ho. He was not about to get turned into a bronze statue. He
No.
was about to turn into a statue of salt, a pillar of salt,
That's
one
right.
might say.
Sodomed.
Gomorrah.
Worm are here? Are these new?
Worm?
Yeah, it's an enemy worm. WYRM, that kind of worm.
Oh, yeah. I think they're new.
6-winged bugs, orange, gross, kind of dragon-like.
Yeah, there's only, I think, 1 or 2 instances of those here.
These things, for the first and only time in this game, killed me.
Oh, wow.
They have a 350 damage attack all group attack.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that
They
happened.
only did that once. And I
Yeah.
was like, how? Like, 2 of them did it at the same time.
Damn.
I can't shoot.
I'm sorry that happened.
Thank you. I apologize as well. I will suffer no more defeats. I go to the cleaners.
Yeah, the LeVar Burton cleaners.
Yeah, didn't we figure out that LeVar was like wash in French or something?
Yeah, maybe the fake net figured that out for us.
I find 2 larva dolls, which in LeVar is very funny to me.
Yeah.
Which now transform into floating spiders with reverse face asses.
Yeah, they're looking more like the Doors of Yore.
Doors of Yore, yeah. They're called larva face now, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine with having enemies that require a heal to defeat. But once the
gimmick
is up, the gimmick is up. Like, I don't want to have to keep doing it over and over again. It's very obnoxious.
There's a lot of these things.
Yes.
You have to keep doing it. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I get it. More ether.
I found a better way to defeat these things.
Yeah, what's that?
Escape packs.
Oh, good. But then I wouldn't get all my vitamins, Chris.
Anyway.
I need my experience points.
Yeah.
Behind the counter, I find a lady worried. I tell her I'll look for him if she'll get the hell out of here. So she's looking for someone, I think.
Yeah.
I climb the ladder and find a cat staring down a larva doll. I'm like, hell yeah, cats are awesome. Chris, do Gnosis have any interest in beating up animals?
You know, I feel like the Gnosis are here as punishment for like some sort of,
sins of
human sin. And I believe cats are without sin.
Yeah.
So
I also believe this.
You know, I think most animals are without sin, if not all.
So they would not be neutral allies? They would not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I did finally come across Pink Bug here, who I missed last time.
Oh, good. Yeah, did you have a conversation?
I did, the same conversation you did, but I do have a question that comes to mind.
Yeah, what's that?
Is Pink Bug without sin?
I think Pink Bug is someone that was cursed by magic we don't even know about yet.
Okay.
Because it is, like, I think it was like a reality experiment that they couldn't kill. Like, was some kind of AI testing.
Yeah.
So they just stuck it in the back of King's shop.
But you can also see ghost heads too, right? So...
Yeah, that was like the experiment, was like to see the souls of people.
Okay.
And then like we can't have the soul stealing robot, the star stealing girl, the soul seeing robot is now positioned at King's shop.
Wow. Okay.
God damn it.
Shit.
Poop.
Who's next?
I head outside through some apartment rooms, back outside, press a switch, and raise the catwalk. That leads to the 8th person who tells me about the shortcut to the back to escape, to get back outside. In the back here is a suspended golden suit robot toy hanging from the ceiling. What the hell is that?
I don't know. What?
Okay, I head into E6, King's shop. I kill a troll and try to rescue Johnny, but he says, fuck that. I would never abandon my loved one to escape. So I blow the crate up behind him and find Mina, who tells me Johnny just shoved her in here all of a sudden. She grabs Johnny and they get the hell out of here.
Oh, this is the bread lady and the guy that was creeping her.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I execute Pink Bug.
Oh.
I can't have him see this.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Pink Bug.
I head outside upstairs and under the door above King's shop. I find King, who is worried about his precious kitten. He gets out of here, but tells Shion I have to go save his precious kitten. Chris is a man and owner of 2 cats. I agree, I must go do this. I push a button, then I head left behind some shit and I kill another larva doll to save a kid at what I think might be the cleaners. Quote, why am I even being targeted? I'm not even an important character, just a part-timer. Chris is the localization editor, frustrated.
I don't think they're frustrated. I think they're just having a little fun, right?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what their working conditions were, but you know, this game did have to come out in a
yeah.
What was the?
It was about a year between Japanese and English.
A year, okay.
Which seems like a lot of time, but maybe that could have been marked. You know, I don't know how much time they actually had.
I mean, this was before there was probably a lot of great infrastructure for voice acting in video games because there wasn't a lot of it, and this game has a ton of it.
You're right. Finally, I head back into that hallway behind the button door and rescue a cat from a larva doll, my favorite enemy to fight over and over.
Yeah. Again.
I find the mayor back outside. He tells me I'm a great help. I head back into our treasure to save all of my progress at the safe point.
Yeah, put all your new equipment on, make sure you had your techs upgraded, everything like that.
No, but I did walk over the dead man over and over to see if he would get up.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't do that either, but I did it a little bit later after the boss killed me 4 times. So
okay, spoilers for later. Nice. I try and leave. And then a skeletal dinosaur holding a spear marches in. Who's this?
I think this is the most harrowing beast in this game that we've seen yet, at least.
His name's Gigas.
It's Gig. What is with you in the pronunciation stunt, Eric?
It's right there.
It's Gigas. It's Gigas, right?
It definitely says Gigas.
It's Gigas.
Gigas.
It's Gigas.
Hey, how about this? FakeNet, how do you say that word?
Initializing FakeNet.
Gigas. I pronounce it Gigas.
Told you.
FakeNet, how do you say that word?
Initializing FakeNet.
Hello, I also say Gigas.
Oh, shit. Fine.
You want to describe Gigas?
I want to describe Gigas, please.
I'm not going to oblige your fucked up pronunciations
this
here,
is
Chris.
the
The
most...
people are with me, by the way.
Are they?
I don't know. Probably, considering I'm saying it correctly. How can I, the protagonist of reality, be wrong?
I don't know. This thing is fucked up looking. It's got like Taco Bell dog ears. Chihuahua ears.
Yokiro Taco Bell?
Yeah.
That dog? All right.
Yeah. Its head looks like the head of a battle droid from Star Wars Episode 1.
Yeah.
It's got skeleton dinosaur body and a lance of Longinus. The combination of those things, they don't sit well with me.
Yeah.
It puts me in a very...
It's a lot of uncomfortable chimeran pieces.
Yeah, I'm having to come to
together.
grips with a lot of imagery that I'm not comfortable with.
Can I pull you out of that by telling you what Taco Bell dog memory summoned was my uniform for dodgeball that had the Taco Bell dog face and it said Yokiro Jesus.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
It was a good shirt.
Yeah, it's a good shirt. Congratulations.
So how'd you handle this battle, Chris?
Got killed a couple times.
Doing what?
So the whole point of this thing, or the whole strategy of this thing, is initially uses something called, I believe, power distribution, and it splits into two creatures, right?
Okay, sure.
One of them has higher defense than the other one, but they're essentially the same thing. And they don't do anything special. They just hit really fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
And they kill me a lot.
Hey, weren't you running from battles earlier?
Yeah, I was running from battles.
Okay,
earlier.
maybe that put you at an experience deficit. You think
It did, but I wanted a bit of a challenge.
Oh, okay.
So I ended
you
up
weren't like frustrated or anything playing that, you just liked it?
So I went back and finally I did some tinkering with my characters, got my techs upgraded and whatnot. Moved Shion behind Junior so he can use Dandyism, which gives him a
great name.
Yeah, if you have a female character behind him and if he is killed, he will auto revive, which is very helpful.
That's nice.
So I use Shion to heal the whole time and use Cosmos and Junior to do a lot of damage. Now, I got down to the point to where I was able to whittle these things down, but ultimately Junior and Cosmos were killed. And I only had Shion left. It was late. I needed to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I did the...
No safe stating here, sir.
No safe stating. I'm playing on real hardware, so I did the unthinkable, Eric.
You got any eggs?
I got in the goddamn robot. And I had upgraded the robot, but I forgot to put those Gatling guns on.
Which attempt is
for the
this,
first
by the
round.
way we're describing?
I think this is 4. And I called the eggs and just whacked to my heart's content until I got the second Gigas down to 454 HP remaining. And all my attacks were doing somewhere in the vicinity of 415 to 485.
Yeah.
I had 1 turn left before I was going to be killed, and I needed to do that much damage, 484
Quick
damage.
question. Is there anything sweeter than having 1 attack left before you know you're dead and it works in a Japanese role-playing game?
There is nothing sweeter than that, but I missed.
Oh.
And
how'd you feel about that? What can you describe your mental state when you missed? How did that make you feel?
How about I just play the tape right here? Oh, a defense. But I'm not going to... Oh, I am going to get my turn. 494. Can I do 494 with this bullshit? Come on, 494 right now, baby. Oh, fuck. You piece of shit. You stupid piece of shit. You big dumb piece of shit. Piece of shit. Fuck that guy. What a piece of shit. I'm very unhappy right now. That's why I'm making myself listen to the game over music. Because I deserve the sadness that I've inflicted upon myself by not playing this video game very well. Doing a bad job of it, really. Like all things in life. You make a little progress. You whack to your heart's content. And then you fucking die. So I felt bad. It was a very bad feeling. So I went to bed with that sadness.
I don't like going to bed without killing a boss. I will stay up and sleep deprive myself until I've reached satisfaction.
I don't either, but this is Xenosaga, and I knew there was going to be a cutscene after this.
Oh,
so
right. You don't want to leave this PS2 I dug out of a garbage can on for 7 hours while you sleep?
Yeah, it was rough. So I had to come back the next time. I basically beat it with the same strategy, but this time I had double Gatling guns, and I was doing like 900 per whacked.
Oh. Yeah,
and I won.
Good.
But I had to use eggs.
The victory, did you savor it? Did you feel good?
And Cosmos and Junior were dead, and Shion got all the points.
Oh, good. That's good for character balancing.
Yes, it's wonderful. But I needed to get through that shit, because I don't... How did your experience go? You just kill it?
Yeah, it was lovely.
You just killed it.
Well, actually, I did more than kill it. Earlier, I had given... I don't want to use Junior, but he has the steal ability. Psycho Pocket.
Psycho Pocket.
So I gave that to Shion. and I think chaos. And I just had them take from Gigas. I got a soul and what else did I get?
Was it a spirit, I think?
Spirit, soul and spirit. I got both of those.
You got both of those.
Yeah.
And what do those things do?
I forgot, but it was really good.
Okay, good. I'm
Fake
glad.
net, what do those do?
Initializing fake net.
Soul boosts the wearer's physical defense when a party member is knocked out. Spirit boosts the wearer's ether defense when a party member is knocked out. Let your friends die so you can be stronger.
I also wrote down the attacks here. Frostbite, group attack, sucks. Wave blast, harder, group physical attack. I down ethered them with Cosmos. You ever try that? Did you have Cosmos?
I did. How was that?
It was good. It pretty much took away their magic hits if you hit the down ether.
I should
debuff them.
I should probably play with debuffs and status effects a little bit more judiciously in this game because I don't think I'm under leveled, but I am just below the surface to where it would be difficult, or it is difficult in some of these boss battles.
As I grow older, I have less patience for repeatedly playing Shin Megami Tensei games that change their mechanics very little from game to game over and over. Yeah. But those games did instill in me to make use of buffs and debuffs.
Yeah.
Which my only note for this battle is Deathbringer is an instant KO. Please stop killing chaos. It just kept killing chaos.
Stop it. Stop doing this. I forgot about the Deathbringer thing. That was very upsetting as well.
My only other note is R-Blade owns.
R-Blade does own. R-Cannon also owns. X-Buster did a lot of good work for me in this battle as well. I survived, and I thought that the Tiamat was going to be the hardest battle in the game, but I think I had a harder time with this.
Tiamat was harder for me.
Yeah. Well.
But, I mean, these are difficult fights. I'm glad that they're getting into... You can tell what they're going for, even if the balance is a little bit off.
The balance is off enough to where it's frustrating at
I
times.
think there's too much potential variation in what the player has and what the player knows versus what the game is trying to test with.
Yeah. It needed a few more rounds of iteration. Video games. Am I right?
Yeah, they're so fun to play.
I do remember uttering the phrase "I love video games" many times while playing this because it was just one of those nights. You know,
I've told this story I think on the podcast before, but a major part of maturity for when I was adult, I used to get angry at video games and throw controllers. But one time I was facing my buddy Robbie in Smash Melee, and we were on the Star Fox ship.
Yeah,
and we were it was we each had one life left, high percentage health, whatever. And then for some reason, Robbie just falls through the level and dies.
Oh, yeah.
And he went, I'm so glad that happened. And then he just stood up and walked away. And I was like, that's how you deal with bullshit. You just be like, thank you. I'm so glad that happened. You just lie to yourself and be like, I love video games.
Yeah, video games are great.
This moment was stolen from me. I'll never get it back. This is a great investment of my time. Yeah. Everyone loves it. This is great.
Yeah.
My favorite hobby. Books will never betray me like this.
Books can be bad, but you can put them down.
You can burn the book.
You can. So, Eric, anything else you want to do before we leave the vicinity of the destruction here?
I'm going to go to the Robot Academy.
Why?
Because I got some more parts.
Oh, because you got head up in the...
I got some head.
Up on the roof.
Right. So inside the Robot Academy are NPCs that apparently do not need to be rescued. A worker by the stairs told me to stay away from the eggs, but they're not going to fight the Gnosis. They're just going to get the hell out of here so the eggs don't get damaged. Purple hair, black shirt recalls his indecision and fears he will never get an eggs now. Should I buy it now? What do you think? He wants to buy this eggs, Chris. His clone, the exact same NPC, is overdoing stretches by the trivia machine.
Oh.
He was close to beating it, but now he has to start over because of those gosh dang Gnosis. But he's not going anywhere until he beats this game. But the guy in orange by the Robot Academy stairs says this is creepy. The laughter and the weird voices from below those stairs are getting louder. Are the Gnosis down there or something?
Oh.
But they're not down there.
No, it's just cartoon junk noises, right?
I head down the stairs in the Professor Giant Robots Training Hall. Chapter 4, Episode Crisis. A dark shadow befalls the robot lab? Question mark. As I walk in, the professor is sobbing, right as Scott says this was the last straw. Shion rushes up, and the discombobulation background noise kicks in. Shion asks, what's the matter? And the professor gives her some lip. Says, what happened? What happened? He's just an assistant, and he dares to defy me, the professor. Scott counters, I said what I said because I'm worried about you. Then we learn, Chris, because the professor tells us, Assistant Scott here has forgotten his position as an assistant and is ordering me to quit drinking.
Oh no.
You guys talk to him and help me put him in his place. But Scott keeps pouring it on. I used to admire you, Professor, but lately all you do is drink all day. You haven't been doing any research. Shion delivers the verdict, Chris. The professor is definitely in the wrong. The professor cannot believe this shit, and he again blames Scott for saying incoherent things. Then he calls Scott a stupid tattletale, but Scott readies his counterattack. If I'm stupid, then you're stupid. You stupid motherfucker. Just kidding, he said professor.
Good.
To herself, Shion thinks that both of these guys are pretty similar. The professor then declares that he's now very mad. He is very mad now. He dismisses Scott from the Robot Academy. Scott tells the professor to shove this job up his ass. He's sick of it. You just go enjoy your liquor. Well then, if you'll excuse me. Then Scott scampers off, and Shion wonders if that was the best idea. She asks the professor if he's going to go stop Scott. The professor tells Shion what my dad always told my mom about me. Just leave him alone. He'll eventually come crying back. The professor goes on to say that Scott will be begging for forgiveness, and he also notices Shion brought new robot parts. Shion says nothing. We fade to black. It comes back, and the discombobulation noises continue. The robot head is in the machine. The professor slaps the shit out of his shit, and the process happens again. When transformed fully, it comes back as a super weapon Seraphim Bird, which looks like a spaceship from a shoot-'em-up that I can't quite place. As before, it's available as a new ether for Shion, which also Seraphitium.
Yes.
I speak to the professor when I leave, and he says, I can do anything by myself. I've always been able to before. I don't need Assistant Scott.
Ooh. To be continued?
Yes, the end.
Great. So what parts don't we have yet? The body?
We have 4 parts. There's what, 6 total?
Oh, there's 6.
I have no idea. I'm just spitballing. This was 2.5 months ago. Ask me anything.
Oh, sorry.
There are 5 parts.
Well, Eric, I'm glad you're getting your robot parts turned in.
Thank you. I hope you also get your robot parts in your video game.
I do.
Chris.
I'm missing one of the legs. I've got to figure it out. But luckily, I've got a Brady game strategy guy to help me out next time.
I honestly forgot what this does. I think it builds an eggs.
No, it builds a summon. It builds Erd Kaiser.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
And it's a summon for Shion. It's really powerful. Well, Eric, you want to consult the RealNet now?
I do, yes.
All right.
Initializing RealNet.
Hi, RealNet. Thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks for joining us as always. We appreciate you and your support of this podcast. I mean, for real, we do.
It's changed my life. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Okay, Eric Vanine says, Virgil strikes me as an anime Republican.
Yeah.
Maybe. We talked about that a little bit. But Margulis also is an anime Republican.
Oh, for sure. But more toward the fascist.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, can you be an anime Republican and an anime fascist? Or
yeah, totally.
Okay.
I mean, you can assign fascism to either political party, but I definitely think he is fascist/Republican.
Eric Vanine describes Margulis as maybe a Christo-fascist, which is pretty good. Are you familiar with the term Christo-fascism? It puts the Christ in fascism. You see where I'm going
like
with
Christian nationalists?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's perfect, yes.
God's law above man's law. Gotcha.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, totally. With like you two. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lobstop Doy says, look, Shion is at least a little bit on the autism spectrum, and she might be alienated from her own emotions, okay?
It's possible.
That's possible. Very, very possible.
I would think that would have to be an unconscious build on the part of her writer, though. It very well could be that based on those undiagnosed experiences, but I also think that she's more... I believe she's written to be absent-minded and work-focused as a child of destiny.
Yeah. 7-8 says, at this point, if I felt any kind of empathy for Alan, I would be tempted to burn all my possessions and move to the mountains. I disagree.
I mean, I kind of want to do that anyway.
Yeah, it's true. John Doe says, Alan getting depressed and doing muscle poses in a bar is like losers IRL accidentally falling into Reddit's incel the fascism pipeline. That is true.
Save him from himself.
Eric Vanine says, Alan, please stop talking about Jordan Peterson. No one knows who that is. Cliff Racer posts a picture of Albedo in his weird gothic throne room that he was sitting in, and says, I suspect that Albedo's tasteless choice of furniture might be another Kubrick reference, this time from the Korova milk bar from A Clockwork Orange. I don't know that reference because I haven't seen that in a very, very long time, but
I read it and then saw it in the same week, and that was at least 20 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a really, really long time.
Although, who wrote Clockwork Orange?
Initializing FakeNet.
Anthony Burgess.
Well, either way, whoever the author was, which the FakeNet has told us by now, I found the copy of Clockwork Orange at our buddy Kyle's house, and he had signed it. Like it was just on the front page.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Anthony Burgess.
There you go.
Actually, I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't know that. For some reason, I was thinking it was somebody else. Lobstop says, Wilhelm is the most scenario guy that has ever scenarioed.
He's pretty high up.
Yeah, I agree. He's Gendo tier, I think.
am just deliciously fascinated when he's on screen. I'm like, oh, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, I
what's
agree.
gonna happen?
I like when characters can steal scenes like that, or just be present. Like Groff was like that.
Yeah.
Wilhelm's no Groff in terms of theatrics, but he's good.
Do you think Chaos is a friend-coded version of the same kind of guy? Whereas Wilhelm obviously has, I think I'm going to say nefarious intent, or at least neutral intent.
Lobsub also says another good scenario guy phrase is, so all the players have entered the stage.
Yeah, that's good.
Or, I see the pieces are all moving on the board. Oh yeah, 7-8 says they did do a Kevin Smith guys episode, so there you go.
God damn. It's a very specific time and place.
Yeah, I'm going to need to listen to that one, like, tonight.
It just seems so weird to me, like, to be into the whole View Askew thing in 2023. Like, people are still out there into that stuff.
I don't even know what it is anymore.
Clerks 3 came out. A new Jay and Bob movie came out.
Really?
It took me 3 nights to watch the new 90-minute Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back 2 movie. It was so bad. Not want to say bad, so not for me anymore. How about that?
Yeah. John Doe says, wait, did the people on the Foundation not believe in the Gnosis? Shouldn't they fucking know by now?
No, I think it's still like superstition.
There was some chatter about that on the Waglende early in the game about like,
yeah, the public is not ready for that shit yet. It's still like rumors and speculation. Like they should, but they believe about it, you know, in like any kind of government black box thing, especially in the Foundation. I bet they're fairly well insulated.
Yeah.
Or were.
John Doe says, using scan on the enemies to see what kind of regular attacks they are weak to gets super important from here on out if you don't want battles to take forever. Yeah, there is an element of like beam attacks, slash attacks, stuff like that, and I really have not engaged with that at all. I've just been using the moves that I think are the most powerful.
Yeah, I've been debuffing and using brute force, basically. Yeah. But the problem is after you scan them, then you're not going to be able to go in your techs and rearrange whatever you've got set up, right? Plus, if you've invested all your points into like one certain tech and it's no goddamn good anymore, like, are you better brute forcing with no good tech or using a weak version of...
Cliff Racer says, I'm finally having a good time with the gameplay because Junior just got Stormwaltz on a short cooldown, and now I can wipe almost every encounter with one move. If Shion tees him up with a boost, I almost always hit the point multiplier, so now I'm rolling in TP.
Yeah, whatever makes it more efficient and quick.
Yeah, I should do that kind of stuff. I just never really want to... But by the time I sit down here and start playing the game, I'm like, I don't feel like doing all that shit. Let's just get through it.
You should have a play session where it's just 15 minutes toward optimizing your shit.
Kal-El says, my cat sins all the time. I think cat sins are different than real sins, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure, cats are some of the few animals that just hunt for sport, but that's just what they do. It's like their hobby.
7-8 says, I didn't have a horse in the Gigas versus Gigas.
What's Gigas?
But now I'm wondering.
Gigas Kukai.
That's true. Anyway, thanks, RealNet, for joining us tonight. It was a lovely evening here in the Retrograde Amnesia studios that aren't a basement. We'll see you on the next episode here pretty soon, probably. Maybe. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on December 18th, 2023. You can find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod, by email podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com, out there on YouTube, or on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam, where you can get bonus episodes, mini-series, access to the RealNet, and more. Thank you to Mark
Shepard
for the intro music.
You're welcome, Chris.
And thanks to WorldSyn for the podcast artwork. Until next time, Eric.
I want to go to sleep.
Sayonara, baby.
Oh, Kevin Smith guys?
Have they done Kevin Smith guys?
If I flipped through it, and if I had seen that, I would have downloaded it.
Okay.
Because we were Kevin Smith guys for like 2 years. Maybe not like the scenario of the podcast guys is they find guys online who were these guys.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a Kevin Smith guy online. I was a Kevin Smith guy in real life.
Yeah. Okay.
Prefer my anime boy to be men. Behind the counter, I find a lady worried about herself. I tell her I will... That can't be right.
Oh, before we do that, did you fight the Momo optional boss?
No, what's this?
If you have Momo in your party,
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put her in danger.
I only did this because the Brady games told me to.
Okay.
And did you go up into that room that you can peek out the windows?
Yeah, we never figured out the fucking purpose for that.
Yeah, well, if you peek in, the right window shows you the doorway to the empty room on top of the Iron Man bar.
Yeah.
When you go across the thing,
right?
You take Momo in there. Let's say a evil magical girl appears. Her name is Mintia.
Really? Is it a unique NPC or
it is a
model?
unique boss that killed me.
Okay.
And seems too hard for right now. It's got like 8,000 HP.
Can
so
you
I left.
on that later?
I think so.
Okay.
All right. You can probably physically come back here later.
Well, yeah, but it won't be dungeonized, right?
Yeah. So I'm wondering if I don't know, but if you do, well, hold on, let me tell you. Well, actually,
I'm going to say there's another Joe type optional boss earlier. I wonder if we'll get to it then.
Yeah. Well, let's actually just we'll save the discussion
that.
Of that boss until we can actually go defeat it. But it does. It feels like one of those bosses. It's like, well, this is too hard. Come back later. The guide tells you how to beat it, but it was like,
who can read when we're trying
insane.
to fight? You know.
Also, the boss puts a rule on the battle that says no robots.
Oh, I know. Well, that's like most of the party.
Yeah. So
does it mean no
eggs
or
yeah.
no? Okay, I was going to say we get a lot of robots around here, bud.
Yeah. Eggs. Anyway, okay, let's go.
I've stole.
Okay, so somebody, who was it? Shit.
Playtime's over!